Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to EdUp on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. This is Dr. Joe Solucio back with you another episode here at InsightsEDU. I'm going to cough. 2026. Something went down.
It's okay to cough. You
something
are human.
went down the wrong way.
This is authentic. We're not robots. Hey, we're not AI. That's how you know. I wonder if they'll do that someday, where they make the AIs cough on purpose. Anyway.
I don't know, but I'm choking on a piece of rice continually over and over again, apparently. We're here at InsightsEDU 2026 conference put on by Education Dynamics here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the premier marketing enrollment conference. If you're recruiting an adult student, modern learner, you've got to be here to figure out what's going on, where you're going wrong, where things are going right. And it's insights. You know, when you come around to a conference, there's just stuff that happens at the conference you just don't get if you're not there.
Yeah, totally.
And we've got something here with us. We've had something and someone here with us today. And we wouldn't have, I don't think we would have intersected with him had we not been here at the conference.
Yeah,
let's see if we can get him in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Alex Mino. He's client partner at Snapchat. Alex, what's going on? How are you, my friend?
Not
got
much.
some entrance music for you.
Wait, isn't it called Snap now?
Snap?
Both work.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here and chat with you guys about Snapchat and what we're doing for education.
Nice.
So who's correct, Snap or Snapchat? Even though both work, who's more right?
I believe technically the company is referred to as Snap Incorporated now, but Snapchat is still doing business as or part of the name still.
Got it.
And
Okay,
the cool kids use Snapchat. No, I'm just kidding. They stay Snapchat.
The cool kids, the young kids, and the older folks use it too now. So.
Yeah, so that's a great place to start as a client partner. You're obviously working with higher ed, right? And that's why you're here. So tell us why you're here, who you work with, how you work with them.
Sure. Yeah, I'm here on behalf of Snap. We've been making a really formidable push into the education vertical and category in the past year and a half. We have some really phenomenal capabilities around reaching an under 18 audience, but also reaching an audience that's over 35 or over 32. Combine that with a lot of new ad platform improvements that we've made around lead generation. So if these folks are specifically focused on enrollment, we have a lot of performance capabilities with some new formats on the platform to help get them leads at scale at a great cost. And so we've been going to the market with these new capabilities, along with this whole kind of new reimagined narrative around education and why education marketers and institutions should care about Snap and why it should be a platform that they invest in overall.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's maybe dispel some of my biases.
You have biases?
Only toward you. Snapchat's for kids.
Yeah, I think historically that was always the case. We're a 15 or 16-year-old company now, so if you were 13 or 14 when you started, you're now 28, 29, etc.
That's math, bro.
Good call,
if you have kids on
math.
Snap and you're a young adult or a first-time parent, or you're going to be on that platform too in order to interact with your kids.
Know what's happening.
Some of our latest earnings reports, the numbers we can provide are, we reach, I believe it's 9 out of 10 13 to 24-year-olds in the U.S.
So college students.
And
amazing.
1 in 3 of our audience is above the age of 35 now, which is the fastest growing audience.
Wow.
So really our target markets.
Basically.
In higher ed.
Yeah.
You said you've been pushing hard in higher ed for 18 months.
Sure.
Is that an easy push in? Is it hard to break into higher ed?
I think it's a good question.
I think I know the answer.
It's a mix of both. I think there's a lot of, we've been showing up to some of these conferences around the country. We've been to a CASE conference in LA. We went to the AMA symposium in DC. And a lot of the times, some of the first reaction, people walk up to us at a booth or people ask us after we spoke, like, why is Snap here? Like, what are you guys doing here? Like, none of the big platforms are here. Why are you guys here? And so it's a lot about dispelling the myths around age, like you said, kind of letting them know that we're not an organic social platform. We're here for paid media. So whatever they're doing on Google or on Meta, those efforts could be easily replicated and find similar results on our platform too. And so I'd say confusion and more of like piqued curiosity is what we're hearing. And
like,
then
what am I going to do on Snapchat?
Yeah,
What do I
exactly.
use it for? How do I imagine this? How do you explain it? If I want to make Snapchat Snap a part of my marketing efforts,
Sure.
Tell me like I could understand it. For somebody right now that goes, well, this is kind of interesting. How do I do it?
I think the first thing you say is that it's not just augmented reality or AR, which is kind of what we're known for, those really innovative full screen vertical video type lenses, which you can play in the camera. That's kind of what everyone thinks of Snap ads. And so it really comes down to, we're a self-service ad platform. We have an ads manager that's built very similar to our competitors in the space and our peers. And then if your goals are either awareness, consideration, or enrollment or lead generation, we have optimization methods that can achieve any of those on the platform. We can measure it with Pixel. We can kind of do everything you're doing successfully somewhere else on our platform, and you're reaching an audience that you're most likely actually not getting somewhere else too.
And I'm the creator still. I create my own snaps, and I go through your ad platform to push them out, or you create them? How does that work?
I think it's more, well, it really differs. We're partnering with educational agencies similar to Education Dynamics. We partner with some traditional nonprofit schools and a lot of online EDU test prep and for-profit schools too. It looks different for everyone. But typically speaking, I'm working with media buyers. I'm working with directors of marketing, directors of growth at these different places, and they'll have someone that is going into our platform and setting up paid marketing campaigns. And whether that content, it can come from creators, it can come from what we call UGC, user-generated type content as well. But oftentimes it might be content that they're running another platform. If you were
like a quick video, or
I would
whatever.
say if you were school ABC and you said we want to run on Snap tomorrow, I would say give me your top performing assets from other platforms. Let's run those on our platform. Later down the line, let's work our way towards making something more native for the platform. But let's just take your tactics that work in other places and try them here and
so
see
I can
how
use
they resonate.
existing content that I already have and get on Snapchat right away.
Yeah.
Going through you or a partner, not feel like I have to start taking snaps of myself or snaps of my university. I can use existing content. That's an important way, because I just need to know how to get started if I have the right stuff.
Yeah, I think it's all about creative reuse is great, but the more effective you'll be down the line is if you are able to tailor stuff specific to a platform. But that's never how I would say, let's kick off our campaign.
Sure. Elvin, you have something you want to say?
Quiet. Quiet.
Kick the tires.
Quiet.
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
You may not know, but I'm just curious. Maybe you know. Do you have any success stories you can share with us?
Yeah, we've actually published, I think, 4 or 5 case studies that are all on our Snapchat for Business website right now that we call them success stories. Off the top of my head, I'm actually speaking in less than an hour downstairs in Ballroom 3 if you want to join.
This is good practice.
And I think we're reviewing a Bradley University case study, a Hope College case study.
Hope College,
We know
Hope College.
I think and there's also one for University of Idaho. There's one that's like, can't think of it in this exact moment, but the general kind of zooming out, what the high level overview of what we're doing for these schools is, we are driving meaningful conversions for undergraduate enrollment for those schools, and doing it at a cost that's less than other social platforms that they're spending dollars on too.
Why do you think do people just now realize that Snapchat's an actual alternative to some of the things they've been doing?
I think that, listen, I've worked at Meta, I've worked at Google. I think that marketers kind of do get really focused on or addicted to the metrics and the data that they might be seeing from those platforms. And those are great platforms. They're going to do their job really well. But I think we all know that they over-attribute. They're taking credit for probably more conversions than are actually happening there. And there's a lot of touch points in the consumer journey, especially making a decision around education, whether it's undergraduate, postgrad, or adult learner. It's not as simple as you're going to click the ad and do it right then and there. And so I think we're influencing folks to understand that we're an important piece of that journey. And then also that we're a place where you can get effective, efficient costs. If you're not advertising here, it's an opportunity for you to get something incremental to your business that you're not getting already.
Marketing is an interesting space because there's so many channels that people want to get on. I mean, I still talk to people that are like, we need billboards, and
Out-of-home is back.
Oh, no, it's man. Like, I don't know about the whole billboard thing. Attribution has always been the enemy when it comes to a billboard. And it's like, how do I geo-target this? How do I get in front of this specific audience? A crystallized way of getting in front of a specific audience, particularly those, we know the age ranges that you talked about. Sure. I mean, not only just adults, but you're talking about those college-age students who started using Snapchat how many years ago?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they started when they were, 10? 11, 12, who knows? They're going to college, so, or they've started 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and they're getting close. You know, they're 13, 14, 15 years old. They're about to go to college. Getting in front of students is not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, I would agree. I think we have some unique capabilities. We are a 13 and up ad platform or social platform overall. So that enables us to kind of help segment those audiences.
By the way, that's a great thing. 13 and up social platform. It's a great.
As long as we've got a lot of really important brand safety and social safeguards in place for those users too. But I think it's very valuable for the education sector to say, I want to target under 18.
Yeah.
I want to drive undergraduate enrollment. No other platform can do that the way that we can today. And then the flip side, for those adult learners, for those folks above the age of 25, for the people that are looking for online certifications or career switching, we can break them down into audience segments too. Like, we can really pinpoint those different ages. And if you're a school that's in a specific region, let's just say you're an automotive technical school in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where we are here today, you only want to advertise to 17 to 24 in a 50-mile radius. That's all very capable in our ad platform, and that's very easy to set up. And I would call that just like standard practice.
Outstanding. So it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it's better used for in-person.
Can you elaborate what you mean by that?
Students who want to work on campus in person instead of online.
Got it. Yeah.
What do you think?
I would say there's no wrong or right answer to that, because some of my most successful clients that I'm working with right now are more online focused EDUs. I think that when you think about the unique audience reach we have of that under 18, that high schooler making that big life decision, a lot of those folks, I don't have a number here, but there's still a large group that wants the traditional college experience of going in person to a 2 or 4 year school. Yeah. That, to me, that we're driving that like phenomenally just with that audience that we have. But if we go a little bit older, or if we go to folks that are looking for specific training, especially with AI and kind of the swapping of white collar to blue collar work in terms of what society is deeming valuable, a lot of that is online in terms of what an experience is for someone attending a school or learning that way. And we have some really large clients that are completely online as well and seeing success there too. And the interesting thing about online is that the measurement around an outcome is much simpler than you signed up for a lead to Fort Lauderdale University and you enrolled 6 months later, and it's like, how do you attribute that to which ad platform versus you're enrolling online, you're adding your credit card, you're booking your first class. Like, it's even more measurable, actually.
So tell us about, is there a difference, maybe there's not, maybe there's, between how an 18-year-old uses the platform and how a 35-year-old uses the platform?
Yeah,
good question.
That's a good question.
Hey, every once in a while, come on, I'll make a good question.
My button's not ready.
I fall into the older, the outer band of that range myself, so I can tell you how I use that platform.
Tell it like it is.
I think a majority of users on our platform, almost overwhelming majority, come to the platform for chat. So it's our primary use case is a messaging app. And the primary thing that the people you talk to every day, an iMessage or in WhatsApp or whatever your messaging app is your friends and family and those closest to you.
Yeah.
That's the core value of Snap, is connecting you to your loved ones and having conversations with them. Outside of that, there are other what we call tabs of the app. Like, you can swipe between different tabs and there's different product functionality there. I would say there's sections where potentially younger users might be using the map more, which is a great way to see where your friends are, to know, hey, they're at the mall, let's go meet up with them here. It's kind of like a version of Find My Friends, but a lot more fun with Bitmoji and heat map and user-generated content in there. And then we do have content-focused tabs as well, which are ways to kind of follow creators that you like.
Influencers.
And then also, like, if you're a fan of specific type of sports or something, like there's premium publishers of NFL, NBA, etc., where you can watch curated content that they're posting for highlights there too. And then the last part that opens up is the camera, which I would argue everyone's using the same way, because when you open the app for the first time, it opens to the camera facing you. And so, it's designed for you to take pictures of yourself, take pictures of what's going on around you, send that to family, friends, people that you talk to, your close acquaintances, and just kind of get creative and talk about what's going on in the world around you.
Right now, Elvin is pulling out a Snapchat, and he's got the camera facing him.
I got a bad feeling about this.
For the rest of the day, we know he's going to be doing.
He's going to be playing with AR lenses.
What else should we know about Snapchat for higher ed that we don't know? Or have you told us everything that you want to say? Is there anything else that we should know about Snap?
It's a great question. I think there's definitely a lot more. I hope you or any folks listening to this can watch the recording of that session that we're doing later today. But I think the key takeaway here is that we've got a really leaned in audience that spans the entire age spectrum of whatever your goal is in higher ed and whatever kind of institution that you represent and who you're trying to look to reach. We can reach them on Snap, and then we've got really developed. Powerful ad capabilities that have been just rebuilt from the bottom up. So if you're looking to do awareness, we can do that at scale very effectively. If you're looking to drive some consideration, drive some traffic to site, that's something that we can do and measure very well too. And then lastly, the most powerful thing, or the thing that I think we're trying to evangelize the most right now, is our lead generation capabilities of where you can run specific ads on Snapchat that open a lead generation form within the app. They don't ever even leave the app. They just kind of auto-fills that user's information. They click submit. That lead goes to the educational institution, and it's frictionless and seamless, and we've seen it work really well for some of those institutions I mentioned that we have success stories for.
Hopefully everybody that listens to this will go, oh, I want more leads for my institution. And
yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, you hope that that's the case. Maybe it's not always the case, and that's unfortunate, but I think any time we can generate interest, a focused interest, it is not all that together common. Right? It's more rare that we can get really, really specific on an audience. Like, what platforms can you get that specific? There aren't many.
Yep.
There really aren't.
One last question for me. How exactly do you work with Education Dynamics? Can you be more detailed about that? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. Education Dynamics is one of my clients. They're an agency that represents multiple schools. And so I work with them to help scale the business or help scale the efforts of their educational advertisers or clients on Snapchat. So the idea is they're working with school A, B, C, and D, E, F. We're working with them to help drive results for whatever their goals are. And then in the end game, we want to expand to more schools in their portfolio because we're working with other agencies like Education Dynamics across the board. And we've kind of found or seen that the best way in to scale the vertical is through these agency partners who are doing so much of the heavy lifting themselves and helping us along the way. And so that's why we're here, and that's how we work with them, and we hope to continue working with them.
Nice.
Well, there you have it, everybody. I hope if you learned something about Snap or Snapchat, depending on how you digest it, we've done our job here at the EdUp Experience, and Alex has definitely done his job. Here, let's outro him appropriately here. Alex, we've had a little bit of fun today. He's Alex Mino. He's client partner at Snapchat. And you just EdUp'd.